IELTS Listening 3 Top Strategies You Must Know Before the Test. There are 3 important IELTS listening strategies that will make answering listening questions a lot easier and undoubtedly increase your score. 1. Question analysis. 2. Answer prediction. 3. Keyword clues. Question analysis. The listening test contains 4 recordings. Before listening to each of them, you'll be given around 20 to 30 seconds to read the questions. It doesn't sound very long, but it's long enough to do the important preparation work that will enable you to complete the questions successfully. When analyzing the questions, there are 3 key things to note. A. Which section of the test are they in? B. What type of questions are they? And C. What sort of information do you need to listen for? These will all give you valuable clues to understanding the audio recording and identifying the correct answers. The 4 sections are 4 parts or sections of the IELTS listening test. Section 1 is a conversation between 2 people set in an everyday social context, for example, booking tickets to the theater. Section 2 is a monologue set in an everyday social situation, for example, a welcome talk for new college students. Section 3 is a conversation between up to 4 people set in an educational or training context. It could be a group of students discussing a university assignment. And Section 4 is another monologue, this time on an academic subject such as a lecture on wildlife. If you know the general context of each audio before it plays and how many people there are, it will help you better prepare mentally for the test, which will reduce your stress level and enable you to think more clearly and listen more effectively. Question types. You will be asked a variety of different types of questions selected from this list. Matching, multiple choice, note completion, form completion, table completion, sentence completion, summary completion, short answer questions, map and plan labeling, diagram and flowchart completion. Most types could appear in any of the 4 sections of the test. You must be able to quickly identify what types of questions you're required to answer. Sometimes the introduction will tell you, or it will be obvious, such as a plan or map that requires labels. Other times, you'll have to look more closely to decide, as with everything you'll master with practice. Knowing the type of questions will help you predict the sort of information you need to listen out for to predict an answer. Answer prediction is to say what type of word you think it will be based on the evidence you have. That evidence will be in the question, clues we've just been talking about, and the information in the questions. Here are some things that you may be able to predict the type of information required, for example. A name or a date, a phone number, a percentage of price or a place name, the type of word required, such as a noun, an adjective, or a verb. Synonyms or paraphrasing them might be used, for example, a half for 50%, or located in the countryside for being in a rural area. Prediction is one of the most valuable of IELTS listening strategies because it identifies the type of information you'll need to look out for in the recording. Here's a sample form completion question to illustrate the strategy of prediction. Here are the answers and predictions we can make. 1. Surname. 2. Will be the college name. 3. Will be a postcode made up of letters and numbers. 4 and 5 will be numbers of measurement. 6 and 7 will be nouns. And answer 8 will be numbers written as a price. Answers 1 and 2 will be proper nouns to miss. Write them starting with a capital letter. This is another little clue that will ensure that you get your answers exactly right. The technique is to identify the key words or phrases in the question, because the answers will very likely be synonyms or paraphrases of these. I'll illustrate the strategy with a sample question about hotels, which requires you to match information. Step 1 is to underline the key words and the answers, for example. In option 1, I've underlined rural area. In option 2, I've underlined and opened recently. And in answer, option 3, I've underlined business functions. Synonyms and related words. Think of some possible synonyms and related words to listen out for in the audio. Here are some that immediately come to mind. Rural area might be changed to country or countryside. For opened recently, new or refurbished could be used. And words. A set of business functions could include events, conferences, or meetings. Spending 30 seconds doing this will focus your mind on some key vocabulary. Here's an extract from sample text recording for this question. Some of the synonyms and related words have indeed been used. Have underlined them. Hearing them will help you to follow and understand the information in the recording and more easily identify the answers. Pause the video and read through this extract. Then select the correct match from the answer lists below. For the test, You will of course be listening to the text rather than reading it, but doing this short activity will help you understand the value of the strategy. I'm sure you had no difficulty identifying the correct match, as seen in the Imperial and 3 offer facilities for business functions. I hope you do this activity in your preparation time, and remember that the 3 strategies we've covered in this lesson will only help if you practice them.